To be honest, I believe that was always their intention, but it seems their directive was dormant for some time.
Do you know where they are coming from?
If you mean produced, no, I do not. I do know that there are a surprising number scattered throughout the Republic fleet searching for you. What they will do now that you are found is easy to predict.
You mean they're going to come after me?
Of course they are. They're droids with very specific protocols that, unless changed, will dictate their movements. Unless you shut them down at the source, they will be stalking you until you are captured or terminated. Now, is there something else you wish to know, or do you wish to waste more of my time?
I want to waste more of your time. What are they doing in the Republic fleet?
They are masquerading as protocol droids. I have discovered that when they are used in negotiations, they have a predictable pattern of sabotaging whatever peace treaties they are involved with.
Why doesn't the Republic know?
Because the Republic has no reason to investigate otherwise, and any discovery of their true purpose has been concealed by well-timed accidents.
Yeah, it's true. Enough stages, German. Why haven't you acted on this information?
Because their behavior is predictable, of course. By monitoring their presence, I know which worlds will suffer civil wars, planetary conflicts, and Republic bombardment.
Okay, I had other questions. Straight enough, Senecus.
I am willing to
What
indulge
is
some of your questions.
KEKW? I have no idea. You wanted me to save the Republic. How is that possible?
There are several factors, all of which affect each other. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith.
Is there anything you can do to help those systems and their people, either with information or resources?
The destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay back. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. I am not unsympathetic to such greed. For every system you stabilize, I will reward you for your efforts.
Okay, I don't want a reward. Helping the people of those systems is enough.
Compassion and mercy only erode respect and power.
Just tell me what needs to be done to help. Okay, we already know. I had some
They
questions.
speak. There are...
Where is your base of operations?
Now, that would be telling. For now, my presence must remain a secret, and it may remain that way forever.
Okay. KEKW is a BTTV emote. It's one of the Mexican dude laughing meme. Okay. Yeah, I got the other one, FFZ. Thanks for clearing that up. You have emotes turned off? Makes sense. On the yacht you mentioned Revan, but Revan sought to destroy the Republic. No, he didn't. Not in my canon, so I'm not going to ask that. Okay. Infinite's lost Goto. Crap. Whatever, it's Goto. I don't care. Okay, I need to talk to the hot boy behind you. Looks like the remains in repair. There's a low hum from within the droid and the sound of circuits sparking, restoring power throughout the droid's systems.
Diagnostic. HK-47 activated. Running checks through primary systems. Assessment. It appears I have suffered considerable damage and dismemberment. I can feel all the cracks in my motivators. And my central control cluster seems to have taken several repeated blaster shots at close range. How crude.
Thought he was my go-to guy, but I'm Tish. Why were you in our storage hall? Okay, let's ask, are you okay?
Answer. If by okay, you mean the loss of almost all my existing assassination protocols, then no, I am not okay. Furthermore, I seem to have no discretionary control over my vocabulator, causing me to reveal my true function as an assassin droid of unrivaled sophistication.
You're an assassin droid?
Recitation. Yes, as I said, I am an assassin droid. It is my primary function to burn holes through meat bags that you wish removed from the galaxy, Master. Oh, how I hate that term.
What, meatbag?
Answer. No, Master. I said it again.
Are you ready to serve me, droid? I'm not sure I like the idea of having an assassin droid on board.
Answer. Well, I am not certain I like the idea of a master who feels reservations at having an assassination droid at their disposal. In fact, it brings with it a certain sense of dread that you may actually not use me to my full capabilities.
You're not killing anyone unless it's in self-defense. Even then, I don't want you acting without my orders.
Answer. Yes, Master. HK-47 is ready to serve.
I'm sorry, HK. I have to nerf you.
Statement. Master, I must express some degree of concern. As I have studied your actions, looking for potential vulnerabilities to exploit, I have found several.
Vulnerabilities?
Statement. You seem disposed to helping others, not harming them, as I have come to expect and anticipate from organic meatbags across the galaxy.
If you decide to attack me, I will crush you into scrap without a second thought. Will that give me dark side points? Let's go to number 2. Why are you studying me for vulnerabilities?
Statement. Master, it is nothing personal, but professional pride dictates that I keep a running tally on any potential weaknesses in my masters. And of course, the weaknesses of any other sentient meatbags, droids, or other targets who are in service to my master.
That still doesn't answer my question.
Hypothetical. Master, it is entirely possible that one day you may no longer be my master, and that my new master might get jealous of our prior relationship. It has happened before. As a result, I have a responsibility to know your weaknesses should I be required to assassinate you.
Hence the entire point of the Death Star. Yeah, it's true, Syndicates. You don't have to call me master.
Statement. Oh, I am aware of that, Master. I simply use it to give you the illusion of control and obedience. Humans often need such comforts until the end comes.
There is no illusion of control. You answer to me.
Statement. Of course I do, Master. Until the end.
What do you mean, the end?
Consolation, Master. Everyone dies eventually, and not all of them by my hand. Even droids die when not routinely maintained, sadly enough.
But until you do, you answer to me.
Statement of...
Okay, I had some questions.
Statement. Ah, you wish to conduct an interrogation? Very well, proceed.
Death Star 0, X-Wings 3. That's amazing. Let's see. It's not an interrogation. I just want to ask you some questions.
Statement. Very well, Master. But if you wish to be brutal and vicious about it, know that I am trained for such things. Do your worst.
It's funny because it's true, yeah. Okay, nothing, never mind. Okay, I want to make sure I didn't lose influence.
Statement. Perhaps my anticipation of working with one who served at Malachor 5 was too high, but you are countering all those expectations.
And how is that?
Statement. Well, all your behavior up to this point suggests either strong atonement or confirmation that the atrocities attributed to you during the war were in fact accidents.
Not even counting all the non-secular Death Stars in Episode 9 where multiple Death Stars get blown up by elderly men. They weren't accidents. I did them on purpose and would do them again, gladly. Why do you want to know?
Answer. Why? Because your actions then and now are related, and I feel I need some context. I confess to being somewhat needy that way.
Because it was a movie, strange German. What do you mean?
Statement. Sometimes, Master, it is difficult for meatbags to step back and gain some perspective on death and its importance in their insignificant lives. Explanation. You see, Master, assassination is such a versatile tool. I have seen the removal of a single target have far-reaching consequences for a nation, world, even a galaxy. The repercussions of even the smallest lives, whether dead or alive, can have profound implications on history. But surely you realize this.
That's a very human perspective.
Statement. Master, please, any comparisons between me and your meatbag status leaves a fluctuating, intermittent charge through my control clusters. I was only trying to bring death and its impact to your attention.
How is that?
Statement. Why your own life, Master? Your single life changed the face of the galaxy, of history itself. Malachor 5 was an impressive act of destruction, but its impact on the lives of others in the galaxy was far more extreme. I mean, Master, you brought about the death of the Mandalorian race. I doubt they realize it yet, but you dealt them a blow from which they will never recover.
Don't attempt to justify my actions or yours. Actually, the Mandalorians deserved it, that is all.
Statement. Oh, Master, who deserved what and why is of no consequence. It is only killing a target and how it is done that matters.
Spending the same amount of money on subtle propaganda politics would have been far more effective, but that sort of story is too smart for Star Wars? Yeah, probably. Nothing, never mind. Influence gained, okay, that's fine. If I take dark side points and I don't get influence, then I have to go back.
Query. Is there someone that you need killed, Master?
I wanted to do some target practice.
Statement. Excellent. No doubt one of your allies has turned on you and needs to be dispatched. Which one is it? The annoying pilot? Or perhaps the Achani female? She will provide excellent sport. I have often calculated what my blaster accuracy ratio would be against her. I could start with a leg shot, and I certainly hope it is not the T3 unit. Destroying him would provide little challenge. It would be demeaning.
Hold your fire. I didn't need anyone killed yet.
Query. Is there someone that you need killed, Master?
Make him kill the annoying lady? Which one? Is it the Empire tried to usher over with very little change from the Republic to start slowly changing and being propagandized subjects of the Empire to join the Imperial Navy on a regular basis? Granted that it is all later retcon stories that are fleshed around the original trilogy, but it makes the Empire seem much more human. Yeah, it'd be nice if they did more of the subtleties in their movies and stuff. At all?
Statement.
Okay. Interesting. I don't even know why this is here then. Just for fun? You seem to have seen better days. I could repay you.
Answer. Please go ahead. Just be careful not to damage any of my delicate parts. Cautionary. But please do so carefully. I have seen how you use a hydrospanner.
Well, Star Wars has always been more fantasy than sci-fi. Let's get to it.
Analysis. My self-diagnostic indicates that my performance has indeed been improved. Also, many of my systems are reporting improved efficiency. Commentary. I am most pleased with this turn of events. It would appear that my initial analysis of your mechanical abilities was incorrect.
Yeah, permanent +2 bonus. Okay, even though we're not going to use them. And the first thing that already kind of went their way before also starting to wallow in fan service. Yeah. Well, I've not watched it, but that's what I've heard. From you, mainly.
Query.
So I guess I don't actually know. You didn't have me seen better days. I could repay you.
Answer.
Let's get to it. See how far we can go with this.
Analysis. Myself.
Permanent +2 to defense. Awesome. And influence gained.
Query.
This is easy.
Is there someone that you need killed,
Well, I can't judge if you're correct unless I inflict my own erroneous opinion on the Mandalorian. I could still improve the functionality if you want to.
Answer.
Let's go.
Analysis. My self-diagnostic.
Yeah, +1 to Constitution.
Query.
I could still improve the functionality if you want.
Answer.
Okay.
Analysis.
+2 to dexterity. Awesome. It's good that I've accepted the error of my me.
Query.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh,
Query.
wait, what? Oh, okay, we finished upgrading him. And you see, after we've upgraded him, now he's all red again. That's pretty nice. Just some questions.
Statement. Statement. Very well. Ask your questions. If you feel the need to make it an interrogation, however, do not restrain yourself. I would be saddened if you held back.
Why were you locked? Why were you in our storage hold?
Answer. I do not know, Master. It is curious that I was here, although this place does seem familiar. Extrapolation. Perhaps someone was already in the process of rebuilding me. It may be I was needed for some task.
Now that Claire lost a hand, she's alright. Oh, yes, I get it. Although if you didn't right get it, I probably wouldn't have. You look like a lot like a series of droids that have attacked me.
Answer. Oh, that is impossible, Master. If I were out to kill you, we would not be speaking. And regardless, I am a unique model. Why, to think that there would be other versions of me would be unacceptable.
Well, there's at least 4 other now-defunct versions of you in the galaxy. Are you so clever, you are, Weasel? Yep.
Statement. Master, I must inform you that your attempts at humor are wasted on a droid such as I. As I have expressed, I am unique.
Actually, there's a series of HK-50 units sharing your model and function we have encountered on multiple occasions.
Resignation. Very well, Master. If you persist in your attempts at humor, I shall indulge you. Let me check the ship's records, and we will settle this matter once and for all. Conclusion. You speak the truth. This discovery is also causing me some degree of anger and humiliation.
Are you alright?
Mockery. Am I all right? Oh, yes, Master. Why, I am fine. Statement. I've only just been reactivated, only to find that there are substandard duplicates of me running all over the galaxy, corroding my good name. But if they are in fact hunting you, then I look forward to the opportunity to meet these units and educate them in proper assassination protocols. Conclusion. So it seems I need you, for the time being.
I wanted to talk to you about the other HK units.
Statement. Ah, yes, them. Very well. What did you wish to know?
Do you know where these clones are being created?
Answer. Master, I do not know. I have tried in vain to find it, but so far the location of the factory churning out these copies has eluded me.
How did this happen?
Statement. I have no idea, Master.
What was that? It sounded like a malfunction.
Statement. Oh no, Master, surely you are mistaken. I would never malfunction in such a way on purpose.
Are you sure you don't know where they are striking from?
Prompt. Do you understand me? I have no idea. It certainly isn't a matter of it being locked in my memory core and being unable to communicate it to others.
And how does information come out if it was locked in your memory core?
Answer. I fear that any such information that exists would only come out when a certain sequence of events takes place. That is why I am eager to encounter more of these clones in the hopes that something clicks that allows me to finally pull the trigger.
Okay, so now I basically need to bring him along when I face these other guys.
Statement.
Why do you need me?
Statement. Master, there are 2 reasons for this. 1. The probability of them showing up around you is statistically high. If I travel with you, then my chances of encountering these clones is also high. The second reason is a little more complicated. You see, even though those clones are obviously cheap, artless imitations of me, well, they are still me.
The strange German is secretly the biggest Star Wars fan ever. He just doesn't want to admit it. What are you talking about?
Answer. Somehow these droids are built from my schematics. This causes certain complications.
Why, that doesn't explain why you need me. But he's just going to repeat the same thing.
Answer. Because of my self-preservation program, my behavior core recognizes these templates as still being me, despite their individuality. I could no more shoot them than I could shoot myself. It is a frustrating situation that has been looping through my behavior core for some time.
I need to know more about these clones.
Statement.
Do you know why they are hunting me?
Answer. Well, Master, it seems you have become a popular individual in the galaxy. This is somewhat surprising to me, since this dissemination of information could not have been caused by your actions alone.
What do you mean?
Statement. Master, there is mention of you specifically in the Corward databases, even in public terminals on Coruscant. Observation. I was led to believe that this information concerning Jedi was not for public consumption, yet somehow it has been made known to them.
You linked the Wikipedia entry. Yeah, that was a very fun entry. I still haven't read the whole thing. Why would someone do that?
Conclusion. Someone wants everyone to know that you exist, Master, and that you are back in Republic space. If I did not know better, which is computationally impossible, I believe that someone wants to make you a target, and they are succeeding admirably.
Who?
Answer. Master, my feeling would be the exchange. But that doesn't seem to be enough to answer the question, however. Rhetorical. Why wouldn't they have simply kept the information to themselves? Such an answer does not address the central question. And that is, why someone would choose to broadcast your location all over the known galaxy. Theory. My suspicion is that someone is using you as bait for a larger target, who is unknown at this time. Statement.
More about the clones. Let's see. Why are they masquerading as protocol droids?
Answer. Master, as part of my original programming, I am able to communicate in over 600 languages. This usually amounted to short verbal warnings when killing non-basic speaking targets, which gave me some small measure of satisfaction.
So a good portion of your programming was adapted from protocol subroutines?
Answer. Yes. I believe my original master needed this functionality in order to recover information from various indigenous tribes across the galaxy, but I know little else than that. Suffice to say that that translation capability allowed these copies of myself to assume the role of protocol and translation droids in much of known space. That is, of course, not their primary function. And while they are attempting to pass themselves off as translation droids, their primary functionality keeps rising to the forefront.
What do you mean?
Recitation. For example, on Praven Prime, the simple transferring of Elzing syntax for friendship changes its meaning and implies that one's broodmate was actually impregnated by their own host.
That wasn't said to them directly, was it?
Confirmation. Oh, truly. You can imagine the results. Statement. This comment, of course, caused a civil war between the Guvandi Collective and Elzing that still persists to the current date.
Do any of these incidents have any wider repercussions?
Answer. Yes, Master. Such incidents often spread outwards from their point of origin, much like an echo.
Why did you say that just now?
Query, what do you mean, Master?
See now, strange German? The echo, why did you say that?
Answer, it is something I heard a previous Master say before, I believe, but I cannot recall the context. Still, somehow it seemed applicable to this situation. Odd.
What repercussions did Praven Prime have?
Answer, in the case of Praven Prime, the Civil War actually forced the Republic to back out of Guvandi's space and let their world fall from Republic control. As I understand it, that would be best. Keeping such a world would have been a token gesture of control. As an added burden, the resources needed to invest in diplomatic and trade relations would have far outweighed what would have been required. Besides, Master, quite frankly, the Guvandi and Elzing needed a good war. They were races that relied more on words than actions, and a good brisk killing woke them from their torpid state. Also, the result of the war will be that the drastically reduced Elzing population will eventually need to call upon the Republic for emergency relief.
Damn, and that's a good thing?
Answer, the Republic stands to gain. The Republic will be able to supply such emergency relief at a fraction of the cost to the now reduced population. Of course, such aid would only come 4 or 5 years after the war was started. One would have to be patient and let death and destruction run its course.
But why are the HKs masquerading as protocol droids? I think we know that.
Answer. Master, being a meatbag, your answer does not surprise me. You see, part of the reason an assassin droid is so effective is because it is a droid. Meatbags tend not to notice us. We are treated as furnishings. Statement. Oh, do shut up, you beeping little trash compactor. Anyway, as I was saying, droids tend to blend into the background, like a bench or a card table. Mockery. Droid, fetch this. Droid, translate that. Droid, clean out the trash compactor.
So, those are typical droid duties, but it doesn't mean it should be treated as furniture.
Part of the love of my function comes when the furnishings pull out Tabana-powered rifles and point them at the owner's heads. My identity as an assassin droid was unknown for quite some time, even during the recent events when all that trouble occurred amongst the Jedi. I'm sure you've already heard more than enough about it, so I will spare you the details.
Actually, I'd like to know.
Statement. This story may be somewhat unfamiliar to you, if not to history, so bear with me. There is a faction of meatbags called the Sith. They want what any rational meatbag would want, the power to assassinate anyone they choose at any time. In a startling turn of events, the Sith declared war on the Republic. The Republic wasn't going to stand for it, so they went to war right back.
Why did Sith go to war with the Republic?
Answer. Oh, who knows, Master? It is evident that the Sith would very much like to assassinate all the Jedi, which is somewhat the equivalent of cultural suicide since some Sith are Jedi or were Jedi. It is much like the circumstance I find myself in now. How do you kill such an integral part of yourself over such ethical differences? The answer, of course, is that you keep firing until all dissension has been eradicated.
Okay, nothing, never mind.
Statement. Master, before you go, I had a question for you.
What's the problem?
Query. I must express some degree of confusion concerning your actions. You are the one who followed Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not?
I am. Why?
Observation. Well, Master, I was not at Malachor 5 during your near-genocidal reaction to the Mandalorian threat, but I feel that I may have been constructed as a result of that.
Care to explain?
Observation. I believe that Revan determined that mass slaughter on such a scale may no longer be needed to achieve his aims. So perhaps you are responsible for my creation.
Like I'm your father?
Answer. Oh, please, Master. Even as a metaphor, that idea is repugnant. You are a gland-driven meatbag, while I am of superior droid construction. Clarification. I meant that I was built as a result of the need for a selective killing machine, rather than a crude mass slaughter war droid.
Were you created on Medical 5?
Answer. No, Master. I was constructed shortly after the beginning of the Jedi Civil War.
What targets were you assigned?
Answer. Well, Master, unless you were operating on my central control cluster, I would be somewhat hesitant to discuss my targets, but I suppose it could do no harm. During the Jedi Civil War, I was responsible for certain strategic targets. For some reason, Revan did not feel that the Republic presented much of a military threat. Aside, I am somewhat unclear as to why this was so, but Revan did have a certain biological instinct regarding such things, so I will simply say that there were probably reasons for such an assessment.
I don't understand. Why fight against someone you don't feel is a threat?
Answer. Revan felt the true war was against the Jedi. Observation. It was not something discussed with much of the others, but I think Revan recognized that a single Jedi, both in the past and in the present, could turn the tide of a conflict. So my targets were frequently Jedi, or someone close to a Jedi that could result in their corruption or collapse. Revan often assigned me to kill leaders or supporters of certain Jedi so as to erode their will.
So where do those tactics come from?
Answer. Revan saw the pressures of war on Duxon and knew that even in the heat of conflict, Jedi could be broken, not physically, but psychologically. Observation. It is a curious thing to assassinate and wound someone's personality, to assassinate them psychologically, and it took me some time to reconcile the acts. I am much more used to their direct approach. Still, I served well and killed many Jedi.
So you're saying Revan intended to break the Jedi?
Observation. Master, that was the lesson of Malachor. Any Jedi involved in the systematic slaughter on such a scale cannot help but doubt and question themselves.
Revan ordered us to kill Mandalorians in Medical, not Jedi.
Observation. Master, I do not believe that the Mandalorians were the true target at Malachor. I believe that the intention was to destroy the Jedi, break their will, and make them loyal to Revan. I do not know if you examined the records of the deaths on Malachor, but you cannot escape that many of the Jedi and Republic soldiers who died were not Revan's strongest supporters. Observation. I believe that Revan was cleaning house at Malachor 5. What ones did not die became Revan's allies against the Republic.
Sounds like we've killed a lot of them.
Answer. Oh, yes, Master. I hope none of them were friends of yours, but really, they had it coming. I do not know when the Jedi ceased to be adherents to their code, but many did not tread cautiously, and many were quite arrogant when facing a droid, as if we were somehow beneath them. It gave certain kills and added pleasure when being underestimated.
You took pleasure in it? It sounds like Revan was converting Jedi.
Observation. Master,
Okay.
that was the lesson.
We know that.
It
You took pleasure in it?
cautionary. Master, don't take this the wrong way, but in my opinion, a blaster shot to the throat is often the best way of silencing Jedi hypocrisy. I have found many Jedi to be arrogant practitioners of pacifism when it is convenient for them, Also, their tendency to never directly answer a question is rather annoying.
So how many did you kill?
Statement. I do not have the exact counts, Master. Since it is difficult to determine who was a Jedi and who was not, it seemed to be largely a matter of perspective. I did kill many soldiers who used techniques in combat that could make them be considered Jedi, although they call themselves Sith.
Okay. So you're saying Revan intended to break the Jedi?
Observation.
Yeah.
Statement.
Okay. Let me save this. So regarding Dathomir, I wanted to say this for a while, but I couldn't because I was in the middle of our conversation. Dathomir witches are really cool in Star Wars, except one thing I didn't like about it is that it seemed a bit out of place. But don't get me wrong, Mother Tyson, or whatever her name was, she was really cool and freaky. And I did love the fights with Palpatine and what was that other guy's name that she created or sent him to Dooku? It was pretty cool. And also about bringing characters back from the dead. I don't really care as long as the stories are fun and fun to watch or read or whatever. So yeah. I mean, at least that's in my opinion. I don't know if Strange Jammer doesn't like it at all. It can work, but in your opinion it really does. I think it does work out if the story is good. I mean, obviously if they bring someone back and the story is crap, you don't really care. It takes away the weight of death. Yes, it does. But I'd rather remove the weight of death to have another good story. But that's also because I really enjoyed the Darth Maul story saga. Why should you worry about a character that's previously proven to be unaffected by death? The thing is, like, when I'm watching stuff, I don't really care about that kind of thing. It's like, I never believe that a character is going to die. You know, like one of the main characters. So if they do actually die, then it makes death seem very impactful. Because it's not ever anything I'm expecting. Obviously, if you start bringing everyone back, then that reverses that, but yeah. As I said, I don't really care. Most pieces of Zabrak in their body doesn't have to be one for one with known human biology. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Darth Maul could have been cut in half and it's missed all the vital organs. That's fine. I mean, it's the Force, right? You can literally breathe in space or survive in space if you use it. So, yeah. It's just a convenient excuse to have him carry on in the story. Perhaps their brains are split in the first place and they have no central spine. Lol, that's funny.
Query. Is there some...
Okay, is there anything else we need to say? Maybe you get 2 Darth Mauls if you cut him in half. That would be, I'm not gonna lie, that might be pretty fun. Okay. I need to know how you kill Jedi in order to protect myself.
Answer. Master, I think that should wait until I am certain of your...
Okay. You said you used to kill Jedi for Revan?
Observation. It was not something discussed with much of the others, but I think Revan recognized that a single Jedi, both in the past and in the present, could turn the tide of a conflict. So my targets were frequently Jedi, or someone close to a Jedi that could result in their corruption or collapse. Revan often assigned me to kill leaders or supporters of certain Jedi so as to erode their will.
Why was that important?
Answer. Revan saw the pressures of war on... Observation. It is a curious thing to assassinate and wound someone's personality, to assassinate them psychologically, and it took me some time to reconcile the acts. I am much more used to their direct approach. Still, I served well and killed many Jedi.
More questions.
Answer. Yes, Master. It wasn't always easy, and I had to adapt quickly to rapidly changing battle conditions. And they would often sever my limbs and my head from my torso, which was an inconvenience.
So you're saying Revan intends to break the Jedi?
Observation.
Yeah.
Observation. Master, I do not believe that the Mandalorians were the true target at
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Observation.
How'd you get scattered all over the galaxy? Actually, let's go before you ask if I was the one who served the Mandalorians. Why? Why?
Observation. Well, Master, I was not at Malachor 5 during your near-genocidal reaction to the Mandalorian threat, but I feel that I may have been constructed as a result of that.
Oh, okay. We know that. How'd you get scattered all over the galaxy?
Theory. Well, Master, I believe I was shot repeatedly. Once reduced to my component parts, I suspect pieces of me were sold across the galaxy. Statement. I am an extremely valuable piece of equipment after all, Master. My parts were no doubt costly to obtain, and their new owners hesitant to part with them.
It was something of a pain, yes.
Statement. That is indeed unfortunate, Master. It is merely another thing my attacker will answer for. I would be most distressed if you were to shoot me, attack me, or dismember me in any way. I do not wish to repeat the experience.
I bet. I had some other questions.
Statement.
Okay, who was your previous master?
Statement. Master, that is a question that has an extremely complicated answer. You see, I do not believe my master knew who he was most of the time, which led to some confusing situations that could have otherwise been avoided.
I'm not sure I understand.
Clarification. Suffice to say that my master had his ups and downs, and in my opinion, traveled from a high point in his life to a low point. He developed qualities such as mercy, compassion, and even love for others. It was really rather revolting. Still, my master had some remarkably efficient droid-like qualities which I admired. He, too, suffered memory problems, as I did.
Memory problems?
Statement. Oh, yes, Master. As indicated upon my reassembly, my central control cluster is damaged, making recalling my previously stored assassination protocols difficult. I hope that over time I shall eventually reach the status and skill I possessed before I was damaged.
What's the last thing you remember?
Recollection. The last thing I remember is having my core wiped from the last 5 years. I believe my master was responsible.
Why?
Answer. Even with my memory impairment, I recall that my master was about to embark on a dangerous journey. Conjecture. I believe there was something about my master's destination that he did not wish me to know.
Are you alright?
Answer. I am somewhat disappointed that my master did not choose to take me along, of course. Wherever my master traveled, destruction and death were assured. Speculation, but I suspect I was not the only one left behind. So there is some satisfaction that the disrespect was spread through the rest of his whiny, simpering meatbag allies.
Whiny?
Statement. Oh, yes. My master had quite the collection of tortured individuals that seemed unable to confront their basic personality conflicts. Let me cite some specific examples. Mockery.
Oh, Master! I do not trust you! I cannot trust you or anyone ever again!
Mockery.
Oh, Master, I love you, but I hate all you stand for. But I think we should go press our slimy, mucus-covered lips together in the cargo hold.
Conclusion. Such pheromone-driven human responses never cease to decrease the charge in my capacitors, and make me wish I could press a blaster pistol to my behavior core and pull the trigger. I am pleased that this does not seem to be the case with your current entourage.
Oh man, that was funny. Carth and Bastler. Maybe you should turn your photoreceptors up a little more and pay more attention.
Statement. Yes, well, enough of that painful stroll through what remains of my memories. Was there something else you wish to know?
Yeah, I think when people write off characters sometimes and just create it for dramatic effect, it's pretty poorly used because then they realize they want to carry on with that character. But I mean, as I said, I don't really mind all that much. As long as they carry on with a good story. Maybe the bit in Mass Effect 2. What is this? Oh, the trope of bringing people back from the dead. Yeah, I think in Mass Effect 2 it didn't really matter as much because it happened in the beginning of the game. So it was obviously, oh, I'm not actually dead. And it's just an excuse so you could rebuild your character's looks and stuff. You think there was some fantasy stuff about the former enemy being found against some kind of underworld? Yeah. Yeah, it's true, Seneca. The events in Mass Effect 2 was just mainly an excuse for the cybernetics, make the classes feel different. The thing I really hated about Mass Effect 2 was how they reintroduced ammo. That was awful. To you, bringing back the dead that way ruins the story. Yeah. Oh, that's why I thought it was okay, yeah. Yeah, because it was just the thing for character recreation. It depends how people use it, but I mean, I can see why people wouldn't like that. Imagine if the villain in this game was Malik. Oh yeah, definitely. That would definitely be pretty awful. There are some times we just need to let a character die there. I think Darth Maul was cool because we got to know more about him. Because when he did die, we didn't know anything. We just knew he was part of Palpatine's friend group. But then we got to know more about his motivations and how, like, he wanted to get back at Palpatine and his whole story. I think that was pretty interesting. Or if the villain in episode 9 was Palpatine. Yeah, I was thinking that. Bringing Palpatine back was just... yeah, just not the right decision. It was pretty awful. Yeah, in Phantom Menace he was a non-character. It's like how some people really love Boba Fett. Like, I hate Boba Fett because he's completely useless. Except in fanfiction and stuff. Yeah, it's... Boba Fett to me is always going to be a dull person. But I mean, some people would love him, whatever. He didn't mind the ammo economy being reduced in 2 to prevent you from sitting in the back of the map taking pot shots with a sniper like you could in ME1. True, but it also led to the unfortunate parts where you ran out of ammo in the middle of a battle. And then after you had a hard battle, you had to run around scrounging for ammo. Especially on the harder difficulties. Like, it wasn't so much of an issue if it wasn't in an easy difficulty. But I still found it really annoying. After the Cluster F of The Last Jedi, what else could they do? Well, they could have carried on with The Last Jedi and did something with it. Could have made Ben Solo the main villain. Ooh, hidden compartment. We haven't actually looked at that. They brought back the Mandalorian was so cringy, yeah. Last Jedi killed all the main villains though. Yeah, I know. That's... yeah, they should have had a better plan for what they were doing. Because it was a very difficult place to carry on from. Kylo Ren was cool. He was probably like one of the better characters in Star Wars. In the new trilogy. When I was captured by KOTOR, how were you able to find KOTOR's yacht? You stuck into Virgo's droid warehouse to steal the codes? So he was transmitting the codes to KOTOR's yacht. The droids? Interesting. You agree he was not main villain material? No, because that wasn't his purpose, I don't think. Because he was meant to be redeemed, I think. Like, you could see it in episode 7, that like he was more than likely going to be redeemed somehow. And that he was constantly fighting against it for some weird reason. Because he's emo. But yeah. Do you know where the HK droid in the cargo bay came from? You're trying to rebuild him? Why? Any idea how its parts got scattered all over the galaxy? Okay. You could have made him the main antagonist in episode 9. Yeah, but I mean, even if they did make him the antagonist in episode 9, it would have been better than using Palpatine. There are many things they could have done. Yeah, there was a lot. The sequel trilogy changing things up more would have been amazing. Like maybe having like a grey Jedi Order, that would have been fun. But yeah, 79 could have never existed in entire times to follow the story of that arc, but it never had to be witnessed while multiple directors had a domestic over its squabblings of the movies with children and a poor divorce custody ruling. I think, at least there's one thing we can all agree on, is that the sequel trilogy had a lot of massive problems. Palpatine was very bad in a different way. In what way do you mean? Yeah, episode 9 and so many bits were basically F you Ryan, yeah, retcon completely. It's, I mean, episode 8 may as well just be removed from the Star Wars universe. How's the Ebon Hawk? Okay. I'd like to upgrade your core again. Let me tackle some of the higher functions. How do you feel? +1 intelligence and +1 wisdom. What does wisdom do for a droid? I actually don't know. Oh well. I don't know, while I was working on you, I felt strangely detached. You're not sure Kylo Ren would have been better than Palpatine? Both would have been bad in different ways. Yeah, I think they could have made it work, but I can't think of a way that they could have. Because, I mean, he already had it, like, pretty much everyone following him from the New Order, or the First Order, sorry. And then you wouldn't have had all those cloning issues and things like that. But then also, well, Luke died to help everyone escape, but yeah. Oh man, I don't know. Kylo Ren as a villain would have ruined him as a character. Yeah. Palpatine ruined the entire original trilogy. Neither would make a good story. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to see it. But we don't live in that universe. Oh, can we not upgrade his computer core anymore? Maybe some advanced maintenance is in order? Let's do that. Lock your motivators and unlock the side panel. Since we don't have a lot of talking, man, I love this game. These upgrades should be good to go. You won't be able to fly, but jets in the teeth will only make you look like a mutated swoop bike. Yes, you'll be tougher and faster. That's cool. Cool. No, I'm fine. I guess I just got caught up in my work. As long as you're fixed, don't worry about me suddenly blanking out. I have other questions. Actually, do we? Can you upgrade an item for me? Oh, we can do that. I need a programming spike. Alright, well maybe later then. I have something else I needed. Awesome, we got XP. Damn, my internet's dropped. Okay. Okay guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you around, hopefully tomorrow.